So for the lashes that I'm going to be taking today, these are by Tanja Art Cosmetics. My god, I'm turning into Jigsaw. Do you guys want to play a game? So stressed. That also costs a lot and now I'm even more stressed. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought it'd be really cool to show you a 10-minute super easy bronzy glowy summer look. So if you want to see how I created this, then keep on watching. I want the base to be nice and glowy, so I'm going to be taking this Pure Light Primer by L'Oreal Paris and putting it all over. This stuff is seriously very glowy. Like, this is like a liquid highlight, as you guys can see. Like, wow. Oh, holy god. Here's the tricky thing, right? For summer, I love a full coverage foundation, like all year round, but for summer, I don't want to feel that heaviness or have one that like completely covers up my skin. So the best one that I can think of is by Revlon, and this is their ColourStay foundation, and this is in the shade Ivory. So what I'm going to do is just put a few drops on my hand. A few too many. And I'm also going to take some of these little highlighting drops. These are from Primark, which is a UK brand. I've used these before on my channel, but if you haven't ever seen these are magical. So I'm going to drop probably about, so much, probably about like 5 litres of that into my foundation, mix it up and apply it all over. So before I go any further, I'm going to be taking some of this W7 colour corrector in the shade Green, and I'm going to be applying it to the places that have broken out. If you guys don't know what a green colour corrector is for, it basically means that it's going to cancel out any of the red tones that's in your skin. So for example, what reminded me that I forgot this was this little part right here. So I'm actually just going to take some of that foundation off, apply some of this, and then put some foundation over. Now you're probably wondering, why would your foundation cover up green but not red? Well, cancelling the red out with the green is really going to help neutralise it, strangely enough, and then the foundation can go over the top and you just won't see it. It's magical how it works. For my next product, I'm going to go in with the FastBase Concealer by Makeup Revolution in the shade C1. Now you'll have noticed with the foundation I left like under the eyes. The reason I do this is because I feel like that's just an extra layer. Like, you're going to cover it up with concealer, so why put foundation down, you know? Also just going to apply some of this concealer to the places that have broken out in the hope for a tiny little bit more coverage. So while I blend this out, you guys will probably notice, I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room, but you'll notice that my sound sounds so much better. That's because I was finally able to plug in my mic. So I've seen so many people say, like, get a mic, your setup will be incredible and your videos will be so much better. What they didn't realise is I actually did have a mic, I just couldn't plug it into the camera. So basically what happened was I seen a really good deal for a camera online, and everybody who supports me through PayPal or Patreon, we all like rallied together and I was able to get a new camera. What it meant was I was able to plug the mic that I already had into my new camera, therefore giving you guys incredible sound. So now I'm moving on to bronzing up my face, and I'm going to be taking some Chanel bronzer and I'm just going to be carving out the cheeks, around the forehead, a little bit in the chin and some across the nose just to bring some warmth. Moving on to setting the face, I'm going to be taking Fit Me by Maybelline, and this is in the shade Ivory. Now I know during summer people don't like using powders just because it feels like it adds on more weight, it's an extra step, your skin looks amazing when you just apply foundation and leave it at that. But for me, or anybody who's like me, who gets very, very oily, there is no way that I could just leave my foundation unset. No way. If you've never tried this powder, it is one of the most comfortable powders I have ever used. It feels like there's nothing on the face. So to set under the eyes and anywhere where I applied concealer, I'm just taking some RCMA translucent powder on a little sponge like this. I don't like using my Real Technique sponge or any other sponge that is like for the face, just because I feel like the powder goes in, it soaks through and ruins the sponge. So I like to use these because they're disposable. Now all I'm going to be doing, just to bring some life back to the face after that powder, is I'm going to be taking more powder, of course, but this is in a highlight form. I'm going to be taking this right here. This is Illamasqua's Beyond Powder, and this is in the shade OMG. So what I like to do with this is just dust a little bit, kind of all over the face, avoiding places like the middle of the cheeks and places like that, but I will apply it on the high points. I just don't want to make anywhere look too oily, but still have that nice glowy finish. Now it's time for the brows, and what I'm going to do is just brush through them, making sure they're all white in the direction that I want them, aka up nice and straight and flowing. My brows to be nice and light today, but I'm still going to go in with a dip brow pomade, of course. This is in the shade Taupe, and all I'm going to do is feather this product through them nice and lightly, just trying not to add in too much as I go along, so a little bit at a time. They look huge, I know, don't judge me, but I'm going to go in and carve them out now, and this is where the shapes are really going to take place. So I'm just taking that same concealer that I used for the face, and I'm going to go in and clean them up. Now I'm just setting the eyelids with some more of that RCMA translucent powder. Now summer's all about being as bronzy as possible, and of course we want to do it while saving some coin. So this palette here is by W7. This is called their Cheeky Trio palette. It has a bronzer, a blush and a highlight inside, and this is one of my favourites. So the bronzer is called Dream Machine, and it is the strangest formula. Like, I can't even describe it. It feels foamy. I know, I told you I can't even explain it, but the formula just feels so strange. I've never felt anything like this before. It's the best out there, so if you can get your hands on this, then definitely do it. I'm also going to bring that bronzer just up the tail of the eyebrow and slightly through the eyelid. Now that we're all bronzed up, my next product is also by W7 because we are foldable up in here. This is called their Cheeky Flusher, and this is basically like a dupe for the NARS Orgasm Blush. This is what it looks like. So as you can tell on camera, hopefully, you can see that it has a kind of champagne shift to it. So it is a sparkly blush, but it isn't going to go on like crazy blinding like a highlight. It's going to go on with little specks of sparkle through it. So all I'm going to do is apply my blush quite high on the cheeks. I like it here, and I'm just stippling it on. So this is Blushing Hearts by Makeup Revolution, and of course this is a clear dupe for the Too Faced heart highlights. These are incredible, and they're only £5. I think that's like $6 roughly. These are one of my favourites. So it has 3 shades, and what I'm going to do is dip into the pink one and a little bit into the lighter one. I don't like just applying like a white highlight. I love pink through my highlights, so that's why I do that. If you've ever applied a highlight and it just kind of looks a little bit too intense, like right now, take your beauty blender, but the completely clean side, not the foundation side, but the flat side in this case, and just gently press over that highlight. This is going to help melt it into the skin and just get rid of that powdery kind of too much look, I guess. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be using a palette that I've never used on my channel, but it is one of my favourites. This is the Carla Bible palette by BH Cosmetics, and this is what the inside looks like. This palette is huge, like it's so stunning. So the shades don't have any names, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the transition shade, and I'm going to go in first with this one right here. Taking a fluffy blending brush by Morphe, I'm just going to I'm going to buff this completely through the crease. For the next shade, I'm going to be taking this one right here and blending it all through the crease, but I'm also going to be bringing that all over the lid as well. I'm then just going to take that brown and continue it all the way under the lower lash line and diffuse it out using that first shade we used as the transition shade. So switching palettes, babbage, we are moving on to a different, it's the wrong way. Damn it. I'm supposed to be a beauty guru. I'm going to be using this palette right here. This is by Violet Voss, and this is called the Fun Size Palette Le Macaron. So I'm going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be applying that all over the whole lid and just gently blending up. I'm actually going to be using my finger for that. It kind of just wants to stick to my finger, so I'm actually going to use a brush and gently pack this on and then blend it out. Now, one of the best things about a bronzy... Okay, so there's some full lip. Okay. The best things about this is that it doesn't take a lot of blending. All you have to do is gently just pat around that crease area and the sparkles will diffuse completely out. Now, just to add a tiny little bit of dimension, I'm going to go in with this lighter shade just beside it and apply it more towards the inner corner, but still diffuse it out and upwards. But I still want to add a little bit of more sparkle, of course, because I'm Declan. So I'm going to be taking this right here. This is the Paint&Glow Fix Gel and some peaches and creams in the shade Famous. So wait till you guys see this. This is sparkly. This is what it looks like on the screen. I better move. Oh, I should move again. It needs a much bigger box than that. So to apply this, I'm actually going to be taking a fluffy blending brush. I want the sparkles to be really like sparsely put everywhere and not just like concentrated on one little piece of the eyes. So this is really going to help do that. So I'm going to take some of that fixing gel. I'm going to be applying it all over the lid. I'm then just taking some of the pigment by Peaches and Cream and gently just patting some all over that eye. Before we almost finish with the eyes and eyebalines, you guys, I want to go and set the brows. So I'm going to be using my Maybelline Brow Drama in the shade medium brown, and I'm just going to be brushing this through the brows to bring them back to life. Really, we've used a lot of powder, so. Well, I want to be the first to introduce you guys to a new product. I wish I brought this out with this brand, but I just have never seen anybody speak about it on YouTube. So I'm going to take all credit for introducing everybody on YouTube to this product. This right here is a Fine Glitter Dust by Barry M, and this is in the shade 27. This is in the shade 27. This stuff is incredible. Like, I mean, I've only swatched it, I haven't really used it yet, so I can't really tell you guys whether it's like long lasting, but I can tell you that this blew my mind. This is what it looks like. It is basically, have you ever used an eyeshadow that has these tiny little specks of sparkle in them and you just wish you could just use the sparkle because the shadow isn't that good? This is that. This is a tub of pure sparkle, but it's not glitter. It's like dust. That's all I can describe it like. So I'm going to be applying this a little bit to the inner corner and some on the brow bone, and you're gonna see what this is capable of. I really hope that this is picking up on camera. I have a feeling it probably won't. Oh my god. Okay, so I've just read the bottom and it's like the tiniest little sticker that has like 3 words on it, and it literally says not for around the eyes. You guys, the tutorial is cancelled. I cannot find my eyelash curler anywhere. It's gone. Oh. For mascara, I'm going to be using my favourite. This is by Rimmel, and this is Wake Me Up. The reason this is my favourite is because 1, it's jet black, and that's everything you could want in a mascara. 2, it smells like cucumbers, and that's all I need. That's all the points that I need. So while that's drying, we are going to move on to lips. And for the lips, I'm going to be over outlining, of course, but I'm going to be using a different lip liner. Can you believe it? It's not Revlon, my favourite. So now that we are all done with lip liner, I'm going to be moving on to my lipstick, and I'm going to be taking this one right here. Can we just take a moment to say how pretty this packaging is? Like, wow. This is by Makeup Revolution, and this is in the shade Cashmere. This is a matte lipstick, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. So for the final step, I'm going to be moving on to the lashes, and the pair that I'm going to be using is by Tanja Cosmetics, and this pair is called Reykjavik. I'm going to pop these on using my favourite lash glue, LashLock by GladLash, and I will be right back. So I've just applied the lash glue, and all there is to do is wait on it dry until I can apply them. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby. No, because my loneliness. I love this matte look. I think I'm going to apply a gloss just to help kind of tie it in more and have that really summery wet look going on. So I'm going to be taking this one right here. This is by P.s Beauty, which again is by Primark here in the UK. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to apply this all over, and it's going to just tie in the eyes with the lips a little bit better. Okay guys, so that completes today's tutorial on my 10-minute summer bronzy look. So if you enjoyed this video, then remember to give it a huge thumbs up. It would mean so much to me. And if you haven't yet already, then please subscribe and become part of my little family here on YouTube. I have so many more really cool videos coming out, so stay tuned. And I will hopefully see you all in my next video. Bye!